Greetings, dwellers. Today we are looking at Luke Laurie's Dwellings of Eldervale, coming to us from Breaking Games. This is 1 to 5 players, 30 minutes per player, 14 and up. I am not flipping this over because it's big and heavy and I am lazy. No, it's just that it's big and heavy and I don't want to disturb the coolness that is inside. First off, look at that inside cover. That is just awesome. Alright, so let's see what madness we have in here. So you have the Ghosts of Eldervale. So this is the solo board. First time setup. Player trays, resource trays, dungeon trays, player reference, turn sequence, free actions, battles, the rules of play. So there is a ton of stuff in this game. If you aren't aware, this is one of my top 13 of all time. What I really like is that it combines a bunch of mechanics, as you'll see. And the production quality is just ridiculously awesome. So regroup. So this is going over all the different actions. The adventure card tableau. Battle. The underworld. A warden's trap, elemental power, monsters, end of game, and then alternate game modes. The Oracle Rune, Mercenaries, Mother of Dragons, Frost Giant, 2 versus 2 mode, Drafting Magic, Adventure without doorways, Tactics tokens, sound effects bases, credits, and Eldervale in a box. Shows you how to put everything kind of back in there. Here is your appendix. So all the different player factions. And then what's nice is they actually do have a difficulty level. So if you don't want a more or a difficult one, then all the adventure cards. And then the magic cards, quests, prophecies, deluxe monsters, legendary monsters, mercenaries, frequently asked questions. And here is that solo rulebook. And there's that. Here's more player reference. We've only played 2 players, that's why there's 2 out. Alright, so here are the one board, the doors. So you open this up, and then each one has this little set of tokens that will come out. And then these have different resources on them. So let's see if I can get this balanced here nicer. So I can kind of show you. I'm not going to show you all of them. But I will show you, say, the green one here. Whee! With all the different things on there. And of course I am causing madness because this isn't meant to do it this way. But I bucked the system. Alright, so as you saw, different ones on there. They're set up with the different colors. Those were stickers. You then have these decks of cards that do different things, cost different ones to put out. And that's the door. So each one has all different types of cards. Buried alive. A lot of different stuff in this game. So there you go. I showed you 2 of those. So you have this for green, black, purple, red. Putting that on upside down. There we go. So this can just go bam, right out on the table. This one, bam, right out on the table. And you have your whitish blue, your yellow, your darker blue, and your white. Then you have your one board. So as you're getting certain things throughout the game, you'll be pushing up your little markers on here, which will give you points at the end of the game based on where your markers are. You can put orb rewards up here. That's the score track. Here's the underworld, glory. We'll get to the monsters here in a minute. So here are each player tray. So this is the Mosswood Trolls. So as you open this, so Mosswood Trolls shows you what your dragon does, your wizard, your warrior, and your workers. Or you can be the Elves of Briardale, and your dragon, your wizard, your warrior, and your workers. So you notice, dragon does something here, but not here. They all have the basic one of flight, teleport, aggression, and build, but their bottom ones change. So when you open this up, you see what it takes to summon them. Here's when you bring them back, you can put them on here to gather. And then the dwellings. Each one comes with their own set of dice. These are the markers that move up this board. Here are your builders, or your workers. Here is your warrior, your wizard, your dragon. Here are the dwellings you'll be building. And then one of the coolest things is what you do is when you build them, you take your worker and you give him a little hat. And now he's a dwelling and will stay on the board. So that is your green one. And those tokens you get can go in here. And then when you gather your resources and it says max 5, you can put them there so it's all nice and contained. It's really cool. I love this production. Plus the amount of options you have. So here is your purple faction. Being a little careful. So see purple. So you have your ratlings or your servants of the eye. White is your wardens of Evermarch or your Stonehelm dwarves. That's my one thing. I like dwarves, but they're white and not green, and I like playing green. You have your Pirates of Nightmare Cove and the Atlanteans. That's that blue color. Firewatch Goblins. And the Ember Crush Ogres. Still going. You have your Clerics of the Dawn and the Pride of Bastet. Let me unstack those so they don't fall over. Cult of the Night Queen, Shadow Demons. So see, if you don't care about the tribe or whatever you're fighting, there are multitude of color options. Stormhorde and Skyborn Avians. So those are all your player options. You then have 2 of these to put on either side of the table. They are mostly the same. You have all of your little resources in here. Gold coins and magic cards. So these are the things that may be different because you kind of just shuffle it up and put it between the two. But these all do different things. Play on your turn. Discard any number of magic cards from your hand and draw magic cards equal to the amount discarded +1. Play after the battle dice have been rolled. This card counts as if you had rolled an additional die with a value of 6. So, all different types of abilities and options that you'll be drawing and playing throughout the game. Like I said, you'll have half on one, half on the other. That way each side of the table can have one, and you're not having to pass it around or reach or dish out. That's why it's nice when you play with 2 players, because we each have our own. Alright, let's look at these minis. Here's this bad looking mamma jamma. Other cool thing part of this game is at some point you may be able to control these and take them as your own. And that is a really cool option. Because who doesn't want to control a big old monster and attack their enemies with it. I can't remember exactly what option I ordered. I think this is maybe the deluxe version, because it does come with some sound bases, which you'll see here in a moment. It comes with the extra minis. I know I think, all the little base expansions that came with it. Oh, he's kind of hard to focus in. There we go. Then you have this guy. Come on. So that is one set of monsters. And then you have a second set. Yep, see, there's even more stuff. It's a box that never ends. There's, looks like a giant plant guy, kind of. Feed me, Seymour. That kind of looks like from Ghostbusters. Another cool looking Moon Knight-like guy. Hey, I'm walking here. Little bitty body, huge leggy things. Oh, oh, chains. And one last one. So that does open up quite a wide variety of things you're able to do in the game, because you have the different monsters you can play with. Like I said, all the different factions. You have a big dragon. That was part of one of those additional modules. You have this guy. Then smaller, you have the Minotaur. And you have her. There we go. These are bases for all of these, which are basically, if you don't want to play with the big minis, which why wouldn't you? You have all the monsters in standee form. So that's right there with the little plastic bases. Then in here you have those creature cards, if I remember right. So the Winged Serpent, Dread Crocodile, Iron Golem, Living Storm, Death Reaper, Chaos Beast, Ancient Treant, Demon of Might, Mother of Dragons. And then when you flip them over, it tells you about them. So the Mother of Dragons is a looming threat, incredible power, resilient, protective. Demon of Might, immolate, fire resistance. So yes, if you get control of them, I believe you get this card, you can get their cool abilities on this side. And then I believe these were the mercenary cards, or the Minotaur and the Shapeshifter. These are all of the solo cards. I have not experienced the solo mode yet, but I will be here very shortly, for I am playing through all of these games on my top 13 list that have solo modes. So seeing as this has one, I will be playing it soon. Alright, so then here's the other ones: the Volcanic Terror, Arcane Thrasher, Charging Earth, Haunting Phantom, the Kraken, the Cloud Spirit, Golden Griffin, Bringer of Justice, and Frost Giant. And of course they have all their abilities. So those all go here. Then you have your tiles. Tiles, what they do, their action. Alright, so this is the green tile. So when this comes out, you would take one stack of those greens and put them here and here. This one would get one here. And then when you go there, you take one of them. And that's where you put your dwellings, if I remember right. It's been a while since we've played this. And look, more stuff. So here's more little orbs. Here's the monster dice. Tactics, I believe those are for the dragon. Was this first player marker? I can't remember. It's just so cool looking. All the stuff's just so cool looking. Get back in there. Put that back in there. That back in there. Here's one more stack. So these all have blank, because it's going to be a stack that you're just going to be grabbing from. So that brings out the monster. And next we have these ones. So these are all your different tiles that can be used in the game. And now the final cool thing. Here are the bases. So you can choose off, legendary, or off, on, or legendary. And when it's on, so these fit on the bottom of these guys. So as you're playing and you go and it makes noise. Come on, isn't that the coolest thing ever? If you say no, then just stop watching the video now, because it's near the end anyways. Let's see, I have a few minutes left, so let's go ahead and knock out some more. And... oh, turned off. And... it's weird because sometimes they go off on their own, so we're just sitting there playing, and all of a sudden a monster just screams at you. Let's see, guys, get the white. It's not like Godzilla. Hey, work. Oh, is that one not working? Just the one side works on my white one, I guess. It has been around for a while, so might just need a battery change. And the bluish one. And yellow. Oh, that's so nice sounding. Okay. So we got red and gray left. As you can see, there's certain ones we have and haven't played with. And finally, the red one. So there we go. So that is Dwellings of Eldervale. I didn't really cover the mechanics. You can watch my solo play for that, but just know it's got worker placement, engine building, area control, scoring, tracks. It's just smashed together and works so well together. Alright, I know this is a longer one. Big box, lots of stuff, cool things, cool minis, cool containers. Have a good day.